Hello, Broken Arrow. This is City Council Rewind for the meetings that happened on April 1st, 2025. No fooling, we did have meetings on April 1. I'm Aaron McCulloch, Director of Communications for the City of Broken Arrow, and this is Councilman David Pickle. And we are going to talk about a few items from last night's agenda. I thought it was going to be a longer meeting than it really was. Of course, I didn't have to stay for executive session like you had to, so don't mean to rain on that parade there.
That's right.
But a lot of good stuff that
A
we
lot
had
of good
last night.
stuff, for sure.
There were a few things that were related to street improvement items. Let's talk about those real quickly. A couple of them were on consent. One of them was the approval of a $366,000 contract to restripe 18 intersections. This is really important to folks.
Yes, definitely. And that's one of the things we want to make sure that, we have those striped because safety is such an important factor. And if you can't see the lines, you don't know where to go.
That's right.
18 different intersections. And of course, they're going to be along Kenosha, Albany, Houston, Tucson, Florence. So a lot of locations. So just drivers need to be aware there'll be some restriping going on, but it's definitely for the safety of our citizens.
Yeah, that's great news. And we'll have that a complete list on the city website. It's actually there right now. Then there were a couple that dealt with neighborhoods. One was a contract amendment to the Brentwood concrete panel street repair project that's actually going on right now. An additional $700,000 was added to that contract. And then council awarded a contract for the Meadow Heights subdivision, and that's going to be a $1.4 million project. These are just 2 of 26 street repair projects in neighborhoods.
Exactly.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, definitely so. And, the citizens need to understand that the concrete panel repair is very important from the aspect of concrete does last longer. It's more durable than asphalt. And so when you're spending $700,000 additional, bringing that to $1.9 million, city takes it serious, because we want to make sure that our neighborhoods have, nice roads to drive on. So very important with those, like you said, just 2 of 26. So there are definitely some other areas where there needs to be replacement. On the Meadow Heights, that's another $1.4 million. So it's definitely not cheap to do it, but it's an investment in our city. It's an investment in our citizens of Broken Arrow as well.
Let's switch gears to this summer. The 4th of July.
There we go.
Last night, an amendment was adopted for the fireworks ordinance. What this does is it allows for a rain out date. Do you want to talk about that and just what it is that you adopted last night?
Sure, yeah. So I think it might have been last year that we had a rain out.
It was, that's right.
4th of July. And so, we don't have the permits anymore that people had to purchase at one time. But what happens if you have a rain out? Because there are, items in place that you're only able to fire those fireworks off certain times. So in case of a rain out day on the 3rd or 4th, the city manager will declare a optional day that everyone can no later than July the 15th, but the city manager can select a day and say, okay, you're able to, pop off those fireworks on this date, without breaking any ordinances or anything like that.
I think it's a good compromise because, as you said, last year, it's a big deal for a lot of folks to be able to celebrate the nation's birth, and so it's a nice compromise to be able to allow for a rain out date in case we have a situation like what we had last year.
Yeah.
And the times would still be the same for that rain out date, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Is when it would be legal to discharge those fireworks. Speaking of big bangs, that Aspen Ridge development over there by the Creek Turnpike off Aspen Avenue, that thing has been, pun intended here, blowing up. And there was a presentation last night by the developer. He gave an update on the apartment complexes that are going to be built just to the east of the Reesers there.
That's right.
Do you want to expand just a little bit on what was discussed last night?
Yeah, sure. So the developer, he's going to have those apartments probably started by the end of October. That's what they're looking at. And that'll run for about 12 to 18 months to finish those up. So I believe it was a 160 unit apartment complex that was going to be going on. So very excited about that. And like you were saying, it's interesting how that area has, like you said, blown up. I mean, you can't go into any of those new locations in South BA without having, a ton of people at all of them. And I know Berkshire that had purchased Reesers, they're extremely excited with the performance of what that South Broken Arrow location does. And the fun thing about it is, for an old guy like myself, my wife and I had a date night there where we went to their, they cook fresh burgers, wings, those types of things, and drinks, and had a great time. I said I never thought we'd be going to research to have a date night, but it was a lot of fun. Live music on the weekends. It's about to kick off as well, with the weather getting nicer. So there are some more announcements coming, from what I understand, is that they're, it's not done. They're still working on it for sure. So it'll be exciting to see what announcements the developer can make of what's coming to South BA.
There were about 60 other items on the agendas, and for more information, you can go to the city website and click on Agendas and Minutes in the Government section. Click on the date range drop-down list and then select the governing body. Find the meeting date of your choice and select the meeting details. Okay, folks, that's it for this edition of City Council Rewind. The next meetings, regular meetings at the City Council, are April 15th. Councilor Pickle, thank you for the memo, by the way, of wearing the vest today.
Yes, we're vesty besties.
There you go. Absolutely. Any final words?
One of the nice things about our city is how they put on a surplus auction.
Oh, that's right.
I'm an auction fanatic, so this is exciting for me. But, there are quite a few things that will be going up for auction, things that have kind of met their life cycle for the city. And so now this is an opportunity to be able to pass that on to someone else that might be in need of one of those items. But just be watching. It'll be online, so that the bid process is online, those types of things. But be looking out for that, because I know I'll probably bring home something my wife will just shake her head about. You just never know.
A lot of good stuff that'll be on there, I'm sure, if it's relative to the past auctions that we've had.
That's right.
So, Councilor Pickle, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. And thank you for yours. And we'll see you around Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.
Thank you for watching. This is a production of the City of Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.